You know that moment when you stop, take a sip of coffee or tea or water, whatever, and think, something's wrong here. It's not that the world is falling apart, but it's like a piece of the puzzle of your life is missing, or worse, in the wrong place. I've been thinking about this a lot lately, not about what I want to be when I grow up, that's already become an inside joke, but about something deeper, something that affects us all in different ways, but deep down, it's the same thing. How many of you have found yourself in the middle of the week or even the day looking at the clock and thinking, wow, where did my time go? And it's not just work time or task time, it's lifetime. It's like life is slipping through your fingers, you know? It seems like we're always chasing something, the next paycheck, the next weekend, the next goal. But do we ever stop to think about what we're really chasing? We're born, we grow up, we study, we work, and in the middle of all this, we exist. But is existing the same as living? That's the big question. That's the question that's been going around in my head and that probably is going around in yours too. If we look at it coldly, life is a countdown, right? Not to be dramatic, but it's true. You have X number of years on this blue planet. And we barely realize how this time is devoured, swallowed up by things we don't even notice, things that perhaps we don't even really want. What if I told you that a large part of your life, a large part, is already compromised, even before you have a chance to choose? Are you ready for reality? Because it's surprising.
Let's do a quick but painful calculation. The average life expectancy in USA today is around 77 years. Let's round it up to 80 to make it easier. 80 years. Sounds like a lot, right? But wait a minute, how much time do we spend sleeping? If you're like me, a warrior of 8 hours of sleep a night, that's already a third of your life. That's about 26 years. Wow. Out of 80, there are 54 left. That's already halved. And look, we haven't even started to really live. Then comes school. From kindergarten to college. It's years and years of dedication. Let's put about 15 to 20 years on average. Adding classes, studying at home, assignments, tests, that's already a huge chunk. If we consider about 8 hours a day, 5 days a week for about 15 years, that's more than 3 years just in school. With the rest of the tasks, we easily reach about 5 years of your life dedicated to studies. From 54, we drop to 49 years. But wait, there's more. Work. Work. The great national passion. Or not. Most of us will work for about 50 years of our lives. If you work a 40-hour week with 2 weeks of vacation per year, that represents about 10 whole years of your life just working. 10 years. From 49, we drop to 39. It's starting to get tight, right? But it's not over yet. Transportation. The damn traffic, the bus line, the crowded train. If you spend an hour and a half a day going to and from work, over the course of a 40-year career, that's about 2 more years of your life. 2 years, stuck in the car, on the bus, on the subway. Now we're 37 years old. And do you know what's even more ironic? We've barely started talking about the simple things. Eating. We need to eat, right? About 70 minutes a day on average. It doesn't seem like much, but over the course of 80 years, that's 4 years of your life just eating. 4 years. From 37, we're going to 33. And after eating, you have to clean, wash dishes, tidy the house, household chores, personal hygiene, another hour a day, another 3 years of your life. We're 30 years old, and there's that essential break, that time when you're disconnected from the world. Yes, you guessed it, the bathroom. About 3 months of your life on the toilet. It sounds like a joke, but it's real. And last but not least, your cell phone. Social networks, videos, games. The average today is frightening. More than 13 years of your life glued to your cell phone screen. 13 years, not counting TV, video games, and others. If we add all this up, the time you really have left to live, to do what you want, to seek your true happiness is less than 10 years. Less than 10 years of pure freedom. It's jaw-dropping, isn't it?
These numbers are shocking, I know, but they reveal an inconvenient truth. A good part of our lives are spent on things we need to do. And what little is left, how do we use it? Many times, we use the time we have left to try to buy more time or more happiness, or to fit into a pattern that is not even ours. Have you ever seen someone who works in a job they hate for 40 years just to have a car that they only use to go to that same job? Or to have a giant house that spends most of the time empty? It's the rat race, but with a modern twist. We chase happiness on an endless treadmill, thinking that if we reach the next milestone, the next level, then we will truly be happy. Temporary happiness, that's what I call it. It's the joy of a new purchase, of a trip that ends, of a recognition that doesn't last long. It's like putting a Band-Aid on a wound that needs surgery. And the worst part is that many of us live our lives based on the opinions of others. That you should be a doctor, an engineer, a lawyer from our family. Or the look how successful so-and-so is on social media. We graduate in a field we don't like, work in something that doesn't make sense, buy things we don't need just to impress people who don't even care. And do you know what happens? We get frustrated. Because genuine happiness isn't found in the number of zeros in your bank account or in the number of likes on your photo. It's in the purpose, in what makes you get out of bed with a sparkle in your eyes. I really hope that one day everyone can experience the financial and material success they so seek, to realize that it, by itself, doesn't fill the void. That the point of life is not to have as much as possible, but to be happy with what you're doing while you're doing it. It's the difference between hoarding and living. Life is not a straight line. It is not possible to map each step perfectly. And perhaps beauty lies precisely in this lack of a map, in the freedom to build the path as we walk. But to do this, we need to stop wasting our most precious time on things that do not move us, do not make us grow, do not bring us true joy.
But how do we change this? How do we redefine the game if life already has so many imposed rules? No, I am not telling you to drop everything tomorrow and run off to Tibet, although the idea is tempting. The question is how to integrate happiness and purpose into the things we already do. Those 40 years of work? What if you woke up every day without hating going there? What if your work was something you loved, that challenged you, that made you feel useful? Is it possible? Yes! It is not easy, I know, but it is a change of mindset. It is about seeking purpose where before there was only obligation. It is about choosing what you will dedicate your energy to. What about commuting time? How about turning traffic into time for yourself? Listen to a podcast that inspires you, an audiobook that teaches you something new, or even call a friend you haven't spoken to in a while. Every minute counts. Every minute can be redeemed and transformed. Mealtime? Instead of eating in a hurry in front of the TV, how about making it a moment of connection? Eat with your family, with friends, or if you're alone, turn it into a ritual of gratitude, of taking a break. Small changes, big impact. What about those 13 years on your cell phone? That hurt, right? You're not supposed to give up your cell phone forever, but what if part of that time were used to build something? A business you've always dreamed of, a YouTube channel, learning a new skill. The internet can be a black hole or a powerful tool for creating and adding value. The choice is yours. In the end, Life is about choices. Every choice you've made has brought you here, watching this video. What if, with the little free time we have, we started making more conscious decisions? Decisions that really matter to you, not to your neighbor, nor to the influencer of the moment.
Oh, people have so many obstacles in life, and we think it's money or time or appearance. But in reality, it's almost always other people's opinions. That fear of not being good enough or not fitting in, and we torture ourselves, annul ourselves, just to try to be what they think we should be. But what if I told you that the only opinion that really matters is yours? Your inner voice, the one that tells you what really makes you smile, what energizes you, what makes you feel like you're on the right path. Ignoring that voice is the biggest regret you can have. And regret, my friend, hurts more than any romantic disappointment, any professional failure. Life doesn't have to be this roller coaster of frustration. This FOMO, the fear of missing out, is poison. Instead of trying to imitate the perfect life you see on social media, why not live your own, on your own terms? Your version of happiness doesn't have to be your neighbor's, and it shouldn't be. Does that mean calling your boss and quitting your job tomorrow? No. Does it mean dropping out of college? No. It means stopping and asking yourself, what do I really want out of life? What makes me truly happy? And what can I do today to move in that direction? It's not an overnight change, it's a journey. And beauty lies precisely in the journey, in the discoveries, in the challenges overcome. It wouldn't be fun if we already knew the end, would it? And as cliché as it may sound, your 70, 80-year journey here is a blink of an eye in the universe, a breath, a second. So, my message to you is block out all negativity, the judgments, the comparisons, the expectations of others. When you truly understand that the only opinion that matters is yours, the noise in your head subsides. Life becomes clearer, and purpose reveals itself. Easier than you imagine.
So what are you going to do with your time? The time you really have, the time that is not tied up with obligations. Are you going to continue inertia, living a life that does not represent you? Or are you going to start shaping every bit of this precious time to build the life you have always dreamed of? It is not supposed to be perfect. It is supposed to be you, with your passions, with your fears, with your dreams. Share in the comments, what is the one thing you would most like to do with your spare time? What is your biggest regret so far? And what are you going to do to change it? If this video made you think, if it gave you a little push, a click, a eureka, then my work here was worth it. Leave your like, subscribe to the channel for more reflections like this, and share with someone you know who needs to hear this message. Remember, time never stops. It is our most valuable and irreplaceable resource. Use it wisely. Use it with passion. Use it to be happy. See you in the next video, and I hope you are living for real.